Gunline, gunline, gunline. Fire mission coming down. I'm your host, Lopez, and you're listening to the On the Gun Line Hump Day Hip Shoot Midweek Memo, fucking Sit Rep Wednesday, whatever you want to call it. Today, I got a great fucking guest. This is the third time or so. He's been multiple times here on the Gun Line with us. And got our old FDC slash 13 Bravo, Frank Filice. How you doing, man? How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you, man?
Brother, I am living the dream. Literally just clicked off of work right now and had to have a cigarette because
Yeah,
my last call, I felt like I was going to just choke slam my fucking caller. But yeah, other than that, man, just living the dream, brother. Just living the dream.
yeah. Same here. I don't think it could be better right now. Everything is good.
Yeah, man, that's what's up. I mean, shit, you've been out now, shit, a little over a year now, no?
Yeah, August 2019. I miss it a lot. Wow, I miss the people,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
and I miss busting caps. That would that
But
would that, that would never go away. That would never go away for me. I
for
like to.
reals. So, what are you doing out there as a civilian now? Now that you got your feet on the ground?
Yeah, so it's been a while since I talked to you, or at least on here. And back then I was, making furniture and driving them for DoorDash, and just trying to be a man and bring home the bacon.
Yes, sir.
But I end up getting a job out of the blue, as a veterans financial assistance case manager. And so what I do is I have a Texas Veterans Commission grant
Nice.
called the Coin Project, and it's for combat veterans only, low income combat veterans that are struggling to pay their bills. And it covers rent, mortgage, utilities, gas, water, electric, car payment, car insurance, and then we'll even do some child care to get them, soldiers, veterans back on their feet, uh, that are just struggling, having a hard time. And
That
it's very rewarding, man. I couldn't, you know, uh, I'm trying to get Patrick here at this job with me, because I enjoy it, and I know he would do the same. But I'm trying to move up too, so
oh yeah,
I'm
dude.
trying to promote. But yeah, it's great. It's a great organization. The organization is called Community Learner Center, but and what they do, their natural function is a school that teaches certification in composite bonding, aircraft assembly. So we feed jobs into the aerospace industry. We have a QuickBooks finance course. We have a welding course, a CNC machining course, um, and a warehouse logistics, forklift logistics
No shit,
course. So it's all certification jobs, and then we feed into employers around the Dallas Fort Worth area.
dude. That's
But the nice
awesome. Go ahead.
Yeah, the nice thing I wanted to tell you is TVC just granted us for the next grant year. Every grant year starts over in July, but we're gonna go statewide. And so that way anybody in Texas that's a combat veteran in July, and
Mhm.
July 2021, will be able to get that grant that I have for combat veterans,
Dude,
as long as they meet the combat veteran and they're low income. And the low income is pretty high, considering it really depends on the county and the number in the household. But they would have to talk to me and figure that out. But I wanted to share that message because I know you're stationed in Hood. You got a lot of people that stayed around in Texas,
yeah.
and so to reach them veterans, and even the veterans that are hearing that, share the word. What I want to do is uh, is get the message out to go to Texas Veterans Network. And what they will do is they're a network of all the providers. I'm a provider.
Okay.
And so they'll find you, based on the where you live and your veteran status, they'll find you a provider that can assist you. And that's with financial assistance, that's with home repair, that's with lawyers that could prevent your eviction or even criminal offenses. That's food, that's everything you can think of for veterans assistance within the state of Texas. They'll find it for you if it's available and it
So
serves your county.
Is it like so? It's like an advocacy program. It sounds like for veterans that are in need, they would link up with somebody like yourself, and you would
Yeah,
help them down the path of how to
yeah.
get the programs they need.
Yeah, there's a couple different providers. A lot of people call 211 and ask, "Hey, where do I get help?" Well, 211, they said, "Well, there's a grant over there," but they don't screen the veteran. What Texas Veterans Network does, they screen the veteran. So when I get a referral from Texas Veterans Network, they've already been screened for combat veteran, low income. So when that veteran is referred to me, he's ready to receive assistance. So that way, it's not like, hey, no, I can't help you because you don't live in the areas I cover, or you're
Right.
not a combat veteran. I can't help you. And then I'm pushing them along and pushing them along.
Right.
And then the dude's committing suicide because they figure they can't get no help.
Right.
This organization, Texas Veterans Network, just Google that, Texas Veterans Network. Google that and hit the website and you'll see it. It'll be like combinedarms.us/TVN, Texas Veterans Network/TVN.
Dude,
And
I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and go on the Facebook, and we'll put a link to that on
yeah,
Facebook.
good call. Hey, man, 13 Bravos, man.
Hey, we
You
got a
got
bit of a brain.
you
dude,
got it. You got it.
dude, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
we share the link and honestly, you just spread the word. Even if you're doing all right, it's but somebody, and they'll put you in, if you're struggling with addiction, they'll put you in out of state, in-house
Mhm.
care facility that can help you recover, and all kinds of things that if it's available, they'll find it for you. And I wouldn't share a shit place if if there was one, but this one, ever since I started working at this place, I saw that, man, this place is good because they're actually getting the veteran connected to the services that's available. And
That's
that's training and employment services, all kinds of things that you can, man, there's more than I know about, and there's more providers than I even know about, even in North Texas, the area that I serve right now. But thank God I'm going to be serving statewide soon in July. So, but yeah,
and that's through the Texas Veterans Commission as well.
my grant is from the Texas Veterans Commission, but Texas Veterans Network, they're actually a United Way type of
Okay.
organization, offset of United Way, but they're a referral network basically.
Mhm.
And there was a bunch of hubs. There was like Texas, before when I first joined, it was called like Texas Serves North Texas, and then there was
Okay.
one in San Antonio, and then there was one in El Paso, but they weren't all connected. There was
Right.
one in Houston, but now there's a governor's mandate to combine it and become statewide, and that's what's happening, and it's really good. So
That
wherever you are in Texas, you can be podunk somewhere. They'll find you some type of service. There might not be everything that there is in, say, Houston
mhm.
and Dallas, where the main populations are, but there's gonna be something for you uh, if you need it.
Dude, that is fucking awesome, because there's nothing better than actually living the motto of veterans helping veterans. You know what I'm saying? And I think that hopefully with this platform here, that somebody can reach out, and like you were saying, even if they're not somebody that's struggling, but they know of someone who's struggling, they can go ahead and refer them over to that Texans Veterans Network.
Yeah, and you never know what happens, like, and a lot of guys I talk to, they're embarrassed about asking for help, and I'm like, hey man, stuff happens. For instance, last Friday, I had a Navy veteran of 10 years, combat veteran. He paid his rent on the first. That snowstorm hit. He
Mm,
was evicted on the 11th. They still haven't refunded his prorated amount.
wow.
And to go find a new place when you already paid rent, something that you might not be expecting.
Hmm.
I hand delivered a check on Friday so that dude can move into a new place.
Nice.
You know what I mean? And that's something that made my heart warm, that I could do that, and use my abilities and use these services that we had,
Mhm.
and that was a referral. I didn't, that guy didn't contact CLC. He came from Texas Veterans Network, and was, referred to me, and I helped him within, little less than 24 hours. I was hand delivering a check.
Dude.
When I go statewide, I can drop one off to San Antonio, but we can get it in the mail. But I do everything I can. If I gotta hand deliver something so somebody doesn't get evicted, I'm gonna do that. And if it's local and it's a possibility for me to do that,
Yeah.
I'm doing it. Right now I'm at 94 veterans served since last July, and probably over 180,000 in rent, utilities, car payment, car insurance.
Damn. Dude, that's
And finances can really ruin somebody and send them down a spiral that they, and if you make their day, it's, you might have prevented them from being one of them suicides.
statistic.
And
Exactly.
yeah, because they felt like they let their family down, or they felt, and these dudes that, that are veterans, they take it to heart, and they that's not supposed to be something that's supposed to happen to a strong man like them, but it does.
Exactly.
So
And that's where it some of us got to swallow that fucking that humble pie sometimes. Take that piece of humble
yeah,
pie and swallow that pride, bro. If you're
yeah,
in need of some kind of service that Frank can assist you with, possibly, the link will be, I'm gonna put a link if I can find one in the YouTube description, but it'll definitely be on the Facebook for On the Gun Line. So if you need those services, go on to the On the Gun Line Facebook, On the Gun Line, Facebook, and there'll be a link on there to the Texans Veterans Network. And like I said, like Frank said, man, if it's not you, but somebody that could use it or benefit from it, and you're in Texas, hey, reach out. We're here to support each other and help each other out.
yeah. And even if you're not doing anything, there's all kinds of volunteer services for
Yes.
these veterans stuff, because there'll be these providers that are asking for that type of help. So
Okay.
if that's something you're interested in, put your name out there too. There's a lot that can be done, and that's all I got to say about that. If you have any questions, don't feel free to hit me up, and I'm gonna leave my phone number, my work phone number, and you can leave my message, and I'll get back to you. If you got questions about any type of service,
Mhm.
not just my grant, but any type of service for veterans, I'll show you how to get there. And I'm gonna leave my number right now. It's 817-569-9008. 817-569-9008. My extension is 124, but if you ask for Frank, they'll find me, where it rings the same number for everybody, but my extension is 124.
Right.
But yeah, and I'll help you get connected. If you don't got computer services, I met a Vietnam vet at Burger King to give him some services to pay his car so he can start making some money. He had a job and everything. He just needed to, pay his car payment so that he could keep rolling.
It's
So
simple things like that. It's simple things like that that a lot of us take for granted. That
yeah,
like you were saying, can make somebody's fucking day. They could be
yeah,
going down that spiral already, and all it'll take
yeah,
is that one little, and don't look at it as a handout either. Look at it as something that your brother is helping you out with. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
he knows that you're gonna benefit from and get
yeah,
yourself up on your feet. So
yeah. Overall, it's great, and I feel a lot of reward from this job. But at the same time, there's a bunch of shitheads trying to work the system.
yeah, I was gonna ask
Um,
about that.
and that's kind of fun when you like do the investigation work and catch them, and be like, hey man. And also they got some people trying to try me on the phone, man, like curse me, and I'm saying, hey bro, I'm not the one.
Right.
Let me hang up on you before the
Yeah.
devil comes out, because
Or they make you catch a case and shit.
yeah,
Then you'll be needing
yeah,
services.
yeah. But overall, it's been great. I helped a lot, and but there's many more than me. There's so many providers out there,
Yeah.
but Texas Veterans Network is a referral network that could get you to all those. And a lot of times, sometimes I got veterans with real high bills, $4,000 or $5,000 owed in rent or mortgage, and sometimes we gotta combine this organization and this organization. They pay and I pay,
Oh
and then we
wow.
prevent them from getting evicted. But it is what it is. But the services that are there, Texas is a good state. If you're out of state, there's probably this type of service. I just don't know about it. But if it's here in Texas, it's probably in a lot of other states as well.
Right. Right.
So
And dude, that's fucking awesome, man. I'm glad that you're doing something that it seems that you're enjoying, that you're loving. Because a lot of us, when we get out, we don't enjoy our fucking jobs, you know. And it seems that you're doing something that's great for not only you, because I'm sure it assists you in some kind of way. You know, you get that fulfillment. You know, like you're doing
yeah,
something that has a great goal towards at the end.
yeah.
You know, so that's awesome, brother. You know, brothers helping brothers out.
Yeah, and then just CLC and Community Learning Center, we have the Veterans Department, and it consists of the COIN project, which is that combat veterans grant I had. I had a different one that was strictly for COVID from United Way, but that one ended, so I'm not going to even talk about that. But I had two at one time, but at the moment I just had the combat veteran one. But we also have one for home repair
Okay.
for people that own their house, but maybe it's just falling apart and they can't make those repairs. That type of a service is also available. So, hey, reach out. You never know what you may find, and uh, uh, there's stuff out there for you.
And even if you know that, even if there's no assistance directly, I'm sure there's going to be a way that we can guide you to another person that can possibly help you. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right,
So
right.
yeah,
And that's it.
that's fucking awesome, bro. I'm really happy for you. And again, make sure you guys go onto the Facebook for the On the Gun Line Facebook, and there'll be a link in there, and we'll throw up there your office's phone number as well. That way, in case somebody needs to get in contact with you, if that's cool with you as well.
Yeah, no problem. Hey,
Bet.
I'm here for all the veterans
Hell to the
and
yeah.
especially them artillerymen. I'll be helping the airmen. I'll be helping the airmen and the seamen and Marines. I love to do so, but yeah, if I can help our artillerymen, and I have, and I look at everybody's DD 214. I see 13 on there, and I'm like, all right, bro, uh,
Fuck yeah.
you're one of my kind. You're one of my kind.
Fuck yeah. It hits the field just a little harder, man. Dude, I
Yeah,
appreciate that. So we're gonna go ahead and now that we got the plug in there, you know, oh Frankie over here doing good things for America and America Soldier. Let's go ahead and push on forward now to what we're here for, to talk some shit. What is up, my brother? I got a question for you, man. Um, you ever seen cats out there walking around with their weapons hanging out and fucking, you know, just walking around with that, just showing everybody like, hey, I got a Glock, or hey, I got an AR-15 on my back or on their chest? You ever see shit like that? I mean, and what are your thoughts when you see something like that?
open carry. That's a free weapon. uh, there's always something bigger and better. Just if you got that weapon and you ain't quick enough, they can whoop your ass and take that gun, and that's their weapon now. So I don't agree with open carry. Hey,
Yeah, man.
about that, Texas has a bill in Texas to be another constitutional carry state, which I do agree with. I agree with concealed carrying,
Mhm.
but I don't agree with having to have a license because that's government control
Exactly.
over your right
Amendment.
to
You're right.
bear arms. Yeah, and so Texas wants to become like Oklahoma. It's another constitutional carry states that you can carry concealed as long as you're abiding by the laws and you meet the requirements to do so. That's your right, and so hopefully that passes, and I'll be one to vote for it.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, so those open carries,
See,
it's not very smart.
that's
It's
how
not very smart. You
that's
could get knocked out. They take your gun, and if it's a nice one, hey, that's your loss.
dude. I mean, what trips
Uh,
me out is it's their constitutional right to open carry. Got it.
yeah,
You know, but I mean, and
it's not smart.
it's
Not
not
smart.
to me. It's like somebody's trying to show off. Like, you know,
Yeah,
this ain't the Wild West where motherfuckers had, you know, their fucking belts on the side, and with the
Yeah.
pistols and shit, you know. And if I know you got a gun, I guess they're trying to help be, I guess, preventative. That way they won't get fucked with because they got a gun. But at the same time, if somebody really wants your shit,
Yeah.
like you said, somebody's always gonna be bigger and better than your ass and take
Yeah.
you out.
And then if somebody was there to do harm and you're the one with the gun, you're gonna be the one to get capped first,
First one out.
because they see it. But if they don't know you got a gun, that's when it becomes um right down the street, right here in White Settlement at this church. I don't know if you saw that church shooting, where there was about 4 or 5 concealed carriers inside.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The guy with the shotgun did kill somebody, and in fact, my wife uh, knew a family member of a person that got killed.
Oh wow.
Um, yeah, so a couple concealed guys, well, at least one killed them, and then they all converged on them.
Yeah.
So yeah, good guys with weapons is a good thing, and that could have been another nightmare mass killing, but it was eliminated, and unfortunately there was one that was killed. He
Yeah.
was actually pulling a weapon at the time when he got shot. He
Right.
was he just was in front of the guy, so he saw him pulling the weapon, so he ended up getting shot
I
before.
remember seeing that video. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, it's a trip because like I said, I mean, it's your right to go ahead and fucking to bear arms. I'm not gonna talk shit about
Yeah.
about, oh, that's against the law. What I'm thinking, it's fucking retarded because
Yeah.
honestly, it's like the guys when we were deployed that they would stand gate guard or chow hall guard, and they had like the fucking PEC 14 or whatever the fuck it was called, and they had
Yeah, the Gyardos.
fire.
The Gyardos. They got all the Gyardos. Weirdos.
Yeah, we call beer queers también.
They,
Those dudes, man.
they probably shot a 24 at the range too.
Right, dude.
But
That's with alibi fires.
but they had on their second or third try.
Exactly, dude.
Bro,
Motherfucker,
you need to go re-zero and
they
get
could
some more expensive equipment.
for real, dude. You can put a motherfucking
Yeah.
cog on there, and they still can't hit fucking Fast Freddy, dude. It's a trip.
If you can't shoot with the ACOG, you can't.
It just trips me out though. Like, I mean, I see them, and I'm like, okay, yeah, it's gonna either I'm gonna shoot him first if I really want to do a mass killing, or I'm gonna. I think it's better if people don't know you're armed, because if more of the populace was concealed carry and more motherfuckers were getting taken out by concealed carries, I think possibly people would stop doing the shit that they're doing, try to rob people.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, I mean, that's just my point of view. And for all of y'all out there in the public, what do y'all think? What are your opinions? I mean, like I said, I'm not gonna, I'm not here trying to say take away your guns or anything like that. I'm just saying, be a little more tactful with it, hide the shit. Nobody needs to see your weapon. I think a lot of them honestly are fucking like, it's like those people that drive big ass trucks, monster trucks. They're just compensating for something. I'm not gonna say what it is, but they want to pretend they got a 155 when they're firing a 109. I mean, a 105. So, but dude, I think also, and that's a good segue. So I guess me and you are both in agreement to that. I know that I think my boy Dowden, the co-host, he was supposed to be on here, but he has a baseball with his son tonight. I want to know what his opinion was, because he wanted to talk about that shit too. So next week we'll probably get into that one, because I'm pretty sure he likes to open carry, or we're gonna go more into it. But I think another way to deter people from fucking doing crimes, especially horrific crimes, for example, rape, pedophilia. I talked about this a little bit last week. Is public executions. An
eye for an eye,
dude.
An eye for an eye.
I believe that if somebody is beyond a reasonable doubt fucking been touching little kids or raping people, yeah, let's go ahead and set up the gallows and hang the motherfucker out there, man. What do you think about something like that?
Yeah, man, I believe in an eye for eye. If you're a molester, you should get your dick cut off.
Oh yeah.
If you're I mean, if you're those type of, I mean, it should be It should be the harshest punishment. And it's the same thing in the military. Like you have harsh punishment, especially for enlisted
Mm.
members. You do that and you make an example out of people, so that they learn, and they know that you're not messing around.
Oh yeah.
Um, and if they fit the crime, this equals max punishment. Whatever. I believe in that, an eye for eye. If you kill somebody,
How
you're
do you feel about it being
you shouldn't
televised?
you shouldn't spend 30 years in jail on the taxpayers' dimes.
Oh,
You're known convicted killer. And this is hits home to me because my grandmother was shot and her fiance was killed.
wow.
Um, hired by a hitman from my grandfather. It was like mafia thing. It's a long story. I don't want to get too much
Yeah,
into it,
yeah,
but
I gotcha.
that could go very far. But yeah, the dude was he got the death penalty, and then it was overturned by Sue Bird, the Supreme Court Justice of California. And you can look her up. Sue Bird, she got relieved because she's a liberal, hippie liberal,
Okay.
that didn't believe in the death penalty. Blase blase. Anyway, she overturned uh, my grandma's case, the guy that shot my grandma,
Yeah.
and made it life in prison. And then he got life in prison with the possibility of parole. And just a few months ago, he was paroled. Uh,
Wow. So
Luckily, my grandmother's passed away this last year, and she don't have to live through that. But because she got worse PTSD than me. But yeah, man.
dude, they get to
Yeah,
somebody's life forever.
yeah. So death row to life in prison, on death row to life in prison, with the possibility of parole, and then paroled.
Wow. See, and
Yeah,
I think that shit like this is what I'm talking about. Is I want to see it televised. You know, put
yeah,
that shit on TV. Put it. I don't care if it's on pay per view, because that way, the ones that want to watch it will be watching it, and execute motherfuckers on TV, man, and do it
yeah,
slowly so they can see
yeah.
the pain, the same pain
Torture.
they caused the person they killed and their family. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Because
torture.
it's horrible, bro.
Because believe me, if somebody, like if I ever, if I could find where this guy is, I would torture this motherfucker. I would torture him and me, I'll probably go to jail for that, worse than he did for whatever,
Exactly.
attempted murder on my grandma. Um,
Shit,
but that's the way that
the
I
way it,
believe that,
yeah,
yeah.
it
I
would
bet you if somebody messed with your kids, you would torture them motherfucker.
in a heart.
Uh,
But the worst
yeah,
part is
so
that nowadays, just for simply saying something like that, we could be caught as terrorist threats.
yeah,
Or you know what I'm saying? Oh,
it's not.
it's fucking it.
It's
It's
not in my mind. It's not nothing terrorist because they terrorize you first,
exactly,
or your family. So you're just giving it back. I don't
exactly,
believe that. Yeah,
dude. It's
but
fucking.
because you're taking justice into your own hands because justice is not being just. You know what I mean?
Sometimes, you know what? I believe that sometimes, I guess it is a slippery slope when we start deciding what justice should be. But I mean, for those cases where there's murder or hurt upon preying on weak, or not even the weak, just preying upon somebody that you're stronger than. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I think that there should be very harsh punishments. Like you said, even with the UCMJ, they had some harsh ass punishments and fucking
yeah,
they shied away from them. Hey, bring back the motherfucking deserter. All right, up against the wall, baby. You know what I'm saying?
wow,
You gone, chief.
yeah,
But I
yeah,
mean, what I wonder why. I mean, I guess because we're a more civilized society nowadays. What?
yeah, yeah. So we're trying not to be brutal, but the brutal people are the ones that are, I don't know, not I don't want to say getting away. I don't even know what the word is for it. But they're the one glamorized, the
Right.
brutal ones. Uh,
They're the ones that are at the end of the day getting fucking, they get away literally with fucking murder, because all
yeah,
they got to do is go and plea bargain the shit down. They'll go from
yeah,
fucking murder to manslaughter or aggravated
yeah,
manslaughter, or something along those lines. And
yeah,
where the fuck is the justice there for the family members? Where? Fuck
yeah,
that, dude. I can't even imagine or put myself in those shoes, but I know I would be I'd probably be catching a case like you said, and I'd be fucking dealt with harder because I talked
yeah,
about it. So
yeah.
It's a
I wouldn't talk about it, but they would be living in a basement somewhere. Like, I mean,
for
they would
real,
be, they'd be
dude.
disappeared for.
Dude, so I wanted to read some shit here. Damn, this is moving by pretty fucking fast, isn't it? God damn. Huh. I want to
It
read.
was a long topic, but yeah,
Yeah. so so check it.
hit me. Well, we could do some quick fire ones. I'll try not to talk too much.
Oh no, you're gravy, baby. I need, as much as I talk, I need somebody else to talk to.
Yeah,
So check it
yeah.
out, man. I had put out this fucking this what's it called? It's on the Facebook again on the Gunline Facebook, and it says U.S. Special Forces announced first ever diversity and inclusion officer. So I get it that we're becoming a more woke army, I guess you could say, or unified. I don't know what the fuck. Inclusive, all inclusive army. Which I'm always said it should be open to anybody who wants to serve, but not everybody is qualified to serve. So I have a listener or a subscriber to or follower of the page of the On the Gunline page. His name is Roy Andrew, and he wrote the following. Frank, I want to know what your thoughts are on this. So he said, if you want to wow me, make sports all inclusive. It's hard to justify that competition on a peaceful and friendly basis with rules and civilized structure should be divided by gender because women aren't physically capable enough to compete alongside men fairly. Then take that stance on the battlefield. An uncivilized life or death type of competition should be all inclusive because we can all do the same thing. Or in other words, until peaceful competition is all inclusive, it's hard to argue that non peaceful competition should be all inclusive. If we as people, no matter the demographic, are all capable of doing the same exact things, then the civilian world needs to reflect that before the battlefield does. Fucking facts. All right. Out on the line, you don't have the luxury of planned sleep and eating patterns, personal trainers, constant maintenance of one's body, and the continued encouragement of friends and family. You have limited resources, excessive and unplanned demands, and psychological strains, unparalleled anywhere else. Holy shit, this guy must have a PhD in fucking toxic masculinity talking like this. There is no doubt professional athletes can run faster, are strong, and in many ways are more physically capable than your average soldier or Marine. But we have to appreciate the amount of resources put into the athlete to make them that way. The toughness required to fight in a war is something one struggles to put into words. The demands on one's mind, body, and soul collectively. And it's in that context where sports need to lead the charge. You can't make the most exhausting aspects, or you can't make one of the most exhausting aspects of humanity all inclusive and claim that the other areas should not be because of restrictions and demographics. My friend, Roy Andrew, you, my friend, put into fucking proper words what I think I've been trying to say for a long fucking time. And he makes a lot of sense there. You don't have fucking female football players playing fucking male football players, right? They have their own leagues, and there's a reason for that because physically we're stronger. Sorry to say it, ladies. You have to work twice as hard to get to the level that I would just have to work out once a week at. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think he makes a lot of sense with that. Like, how can we put this demand on the military to be all inclusive in combat aspects or combat situations, but yet we won't do that, not even in fucking golf. They have LPGA. You know what I'm saying? I think I
Yeah,
got that right, Roy. I hope if I'm wrong, let me know. But what do you think, Frank?
I agree. I do have something against it. I agree. There's a lot of problems that I saw with females being in combat arms. Uh, yeah, females can't compete in male sports, even though they're trying to put transgender in female sports
Oh God.
and give them an advantage, which is going to kill female sports. Anyways, I don't want to get into that,
Oh,
but
we'll get into that one, Chief.
where I see the problem is, you know, don't get. I think I said this before on this podcast is there's a lot of males that females can outperform that somehow make it to the gun line, and good for them, good for them.
Yeah.
But here's the problem I saw. I saw females that either cause problems for leaders or even getting pregnant or even me as a male or any other male are prone to protect a female.
Mm-hmm.
So they would do something more dangerous to protect a female, like take it, you know, that could harm the unit in a worse way. And then finally my last piece is,
Yeah.
this is not always, but my first deployment in OF1 in 2003, I didn't get a shower, and that was a water bottle shower for 45 days. And man, I'm telling you about the nut rot I had. It was hard for me to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I mean? So I can imagine that was a water bottle shower for 45 days. We didn't have enough to drink and hygiene.
Mm-hmm.
And when we ran out of baby wipes, it was a done deal. Like I had got a buddy that wiped his nuts with a Stridex pad, and he ran across the goddamn gun line, tripping over his brownies. He's tripping over his brownies because his balls were on fire. And so
I was gonna say that wasn't too smart of him. He had to be a Bravo, wasn't he?
No, it was fire direction, but it was drastic measures, man. He was tripping over the guns. He knocked over a collimator and everything. But yeah, his nuts were on fire, and so that's what I'm saying is like, there's some females that can do it physically, and there's probably some females that can outperform a lot of the artillerymen that I've seen, because there's some weak bitches out there. There is. Don't and they're the ones that act tough too. But I agree with this statement, but I just wanted to put that point out there. Is I hope he's tough. This guy that's talking. Because if he's one of those chumps,
he sounds like a pretty educated dude. I'll tell you that much. I mean,
he sounds educated, yeah, but he might not have passed his push-ups. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to say. If he couldn't pass his push-ups, then I hope he's not the one downing the females. But if he was a stud, then sure.
Dude, I mean, honestly, you're right. You're right about that, and it's all gravy, baby. That's Molly Pitcher talking back there. It's all good.
That's my wife.
But yeah, dude,
I get it.
The way I see it, man, is I'm sure there's females out there that can knock the shit out, like you said, outperform the male.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt whatsoever. But
I've seen it.
What bugs me is the fact that like you said, it's gonna cause conflict. All right. Mm-hmm. I don't care how many times people say, oh, we're a professional army, we're supposed to be treated like professionals. Yeah, she's gonna be professionally getting dick down by somebody on the gun line if she likes dick. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll make the case. Well, what about the gays on there? Okay, what about the gays? I mean, gays are attracted to other gays. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
They'll find each other out. But they're male and female. There's a lot more males, and she's gonna have, especially on deployment, even in Korea, bro, they were queen for a fucking year. You know what I'm saying? So let alone the gun line. If she likes dick and she knows she gets the pick of the litter, Smoke's getting fucked. That's for sure. So I don't know, man. And I'm talking a lot of shit here, but honestly, it's just that male and females tend to want to, do things. Yeah. Especially
and I've even seen it before I retired, like the senior leaders, the sergeant majors, they got the cute little PFC driver, and they're asking for their career to go down the drain, man.
Dude, Afghanistan, bro. In Afghanistan. On the fucking blimp. The what's this shit called? The Aerostat, or whatever the fuck it was called, on that blimp.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the J-Lens, yeah.
They caught a motherfucking E8. he thought he was slick, hiding behind a fucking connexes and some pallets, dicking
Yeah.
down a fucking PFC slash specialist. You know what I'm saying? But because they couldn't prove it was him, of course he got off, literally
Mhm.
and figuratively, and fucking, and, you know, so that shit happens. And I'm not saying it's just, she wasn't on the gun line, or she wasn't a 13 banger or Delta, but she was on the fob with us. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So does it happen? Yes, all the fucking time. But I mean, are you gonna really add more fuel to the fire by putting them on there? And it's already happened. It's already been integrated. It's already going on.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So more power to you guys that are going through that, and especially those of us like that are toxic, that don't agree with it. I would have, if I was still in, I'd probably bite my lip a lot about it, or I would have asked to be put in fucking battalions somewhere. Because I think there's, as much as I love the gun line, I'm not gonna bite my tongue. You know, I'm still gonna talk shit the way I talk shit. And if you're my number one man and you happen to be a female, don't get offended if I call you my number one man. You know what I'm saying? You earned that
Yeah.
job for a reason.
That's the title.
And don't be
That's the title.
afraid, and don't think I'm picking on you if I throw your ass on an advanced party. I'm not picking on you. It's just that earn your fucking stripes, chief. Shit, pay your dues.
I got out at the right time, but I want to ask some of the people that are still active on
Yeah.
the gun line. Can you say wolf pussy? Can you say number one man?
Question.
Can you say artilleryman?
Artillery person now.
Yeah. Is it that? Is it getting dumbed down like that?
Is
I'd
it,
like to know.
yeah, dude, that's a great question. Please let us fucking know. Can you still, does it still smell like wolf pussy, or is it now just cordite smell? You know, what is it now?
Hey,
Dude.
yeah.
I don't,
So, yeah. Anyway, nice hat. You ready for Dodger baseball?
of
The
course.
Freeway Series is right now. Is about to kick off the regular season. We're
Yeah.
going for a repeat.
Dude, I mean, honestly, it was a magical moment for me seeing the Dodgers win the World Series. Because, as you know, 1988, right? I was 10 years old when that shit
Yeah, I was 8.
happened.
Yeah, I
Bro.
was 8.
And
Yeah.
it was like, fuck, the Dodgers won the World Series. My daughter was in her room because they don't give a fuck about like sports like daddy does, but especially Dodgers. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not one of those hua fans that can watch the whole fucking season. But when it's an abbreviated season like we had last year, I can do that.
Yeah.
You know, 162 fucking games, bro. That's quite a lot of fucking games.
Yeah.
I don't start paying attention to I don't start paying attention to the baseball till after the fucking All-Star game, until the second season, you know, in the summer. But bro, so the magical part was I'm watching the game. I'm watching Homeboy with the eye. Fucking
Urias.
yes. I'm watching him do his thing.
Julio.
And I'm having flashbacks of fucking early 80s of fucking Valenzuela, you know what I'm saying?
Valenzuela, yeah.
And fucking, I tell my daughter, we're like right, like one more pitch away from winning this shit. I call my daughter, my oldest, Emily, get your ass over here. You're gonna watch this because I don't know when it's gonna happen again. So get over here. She's like, what are we doing? I'm like, just watch the World Series with me, please. She's 10 years old. She's the exact age I was when the Dodgers won the last World Series. So you know, to me, it was like one of those, it's coming full circle. My 10-year-old daughter now is gonna watch the World Series, you know what I'm saying? Because you never know, any fucking season can go to shit like that. So it was just magical to see, dude. I almost teared up. I saw that pitcher, bro. I love that dude.
Yeah,
you know, doesn't know a lick of English, but he's overcome so much diversity. I was reading up on him afterwards because he was born with a fucked up eye, right?
Yeah,
and he was able to overcome that, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, now that we're talking about fucking go ahead.
He's actually the number 3 starter, behind Kershaw and Bueller. Bueller. Anyway, but yeah, Dodger baseball.
Let me ask.
I got another topic, but before I forget this, it's been one of your topics in the past. Why are you hating on the 13 Fox, man?
Oh God, fucking fisters. All right. before we
Why?
before we get to the fisters, let me ask you one question. The Angels. Should we change their fucking name from Los Angeles Angels to the Anaheim Angels, Orange County Angels? Because they're not in LA and they're not from LA, they
They're not.
play in Anaheim.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking that they're taking away from our city, bro. Because we're from LA. I mean, they're not even
Yeah.
LA County, bro. They're in a different fucking county.
But
So
that's a lot of teams. Like, the 49ers are in Santa Clarita or some shit. Um, they're not San Francisco. Yeah.
Jay,
So that's a lot of teams. They go by the big where the money's at.
right?
But those money places don't build them new stadiums. So yeah.
Touche. All right, now we get on to the Foxes. All right, so
Onto the Foxes. Yeah.
you know what? Honestly, on the last time I had this discussion was with Watts and my boy fucking Rose. They made good points, and I may have changed my mind on the Foxes. I just figured this: the 13 Fox is basically a map reader. A fucking prolific map reader who can call in rounds where they need to be at, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I figure that should be standard fucking data for every infantryman because honestly, I mean, every infantryman should know how to read a fucking map, should know how to fucking get a 10-digit grid, shoot an azimuth. But what did fucking what did change my mind on it was the whole coordinating, like what rounds where. So they're the specialists in that. I didn't think about that, but that's why I was hitting
Right.
the Foxes, because the Foxes, I thought they
Yeah.
were outdated. I thought they were more of an outdated fucking MOS.
Mhm.
So I know that you guys have a very tight relationship with the Foxes, right?
Yes. Yes, very much so. And so for a while there, I was like, man, he's always hating on the Foxes, and I don't get it. But I wanted to share my piece on that. The
Yeah.
guy that said that they're the salesman
Mm-hmm.
For artillery is absolutely correct. And even last year when I left, here's the problem. You're right. Every infantryman, every Cav Scout, every armor, uh, pretty much every combat arm should be able to call for
Yes.
fire, right? Everybody should be able to do map reading and call for fire. It's pretty easy to do the basics.
Right.
Here's where as artillery is advancing, so is the 13 Fox, and they're responsible for more than actually they can handle, and their education is. They're responsible for about 19 different targeting devices that they supposed to be proficient at.
Mm-hmm.
Now think of a 13 Bravo, 19 different howitzers.
Right.
So so it's very difficult, as well as the computer systems that I use, they have to use as well. So their scope, and that's just the 13 Fox piece. That's not even talking about joint fires, naval gunfire. That's not talking about aviation assets. They gotta be able to control those things. And if anything, I would say 13 Fox is the most technical now, even more than fire direction, MOS out there.
Yeah.
And so yeah, you got to give them love. They're trying their best with very little education, because the army was dumb, and they're like, during this war where everybody, money was everywhere, and let's buy this, let's buy that, let's buy that. Well, they didn't focus on a few good or one good targeting device. They bought 19 of these motherfucking things.
Ah, damn.
And so it's a problem, so it's hard to become an expert at those 19. Like
Right.
I said, there's few guys that can only shoot a 119, or there's
Right.
only guys that can do paladin. So you imagine their device being a targeting device. It's craziness.
I think
And
also
then how
a lot of it stemmed as well from okay, you got it. Foxes, you guys got love again. All right, you guys got love, but I think a lot of it also.
But
Here we go.
let me give some pride to you. Yeah, Calf Scout, yeah, they could throw it away.
God, yeah, Calf Scouts are garbage. You know,
They're infantrymen. They have a small function, which is the screen. Um, but that can be done
dude, they
by scout teams as well
yeah,
that are in infantry units.
yeah, dude, a
So yeah,
fucking 13. Well, I mean, what are they? 19 deltas?
kilos.
No,
Yeah.
kilos are the tankers, right?
No, yeah, Delta. Excuse me. Yeah,
19
Delta.
deltas. Yeah, you guys are fucking obsolete. Just change your MOS to 11 Bravo. Now, for the I think another thing that I disliked about the Foxes was I had a drill sergeant who was a Fox, and he carried himself around like he was like his shit didn't stink because he was more infantry than he was artillery. But he's all about fist. And then a lot of the cats that I would like, I felt like, these guys think that their shit don't stink because they're attached to the infantry. And they're always like, oh, we're out there in the shit. Oh, we see the shit, And I'm thinking to myself, like, man, yeah, but you're calling for us. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
maybe that's where a little bit of the hatred came from. It's kind of like, I guess, maybe that brotherly love type shit. Because now, my understanding, they've come back to the battery.
Yeah.
They're no longer in the forward units. They're with the battery.
Yeah. Probably one of the worst decisions in artillery history was to move them into maneuver units.
Mm-hmm.
Because what happened? They ended up in somebody's stack. Entering houses.
Right.
They were not training on observed fires. So there was a lot of lost art of being a 13 Fox, and so they sucked at it. They sucked really bad at it, and so bringing them back, they're trying to restore that knowledge of the call for fire and not being an infantryman. You're not an infantryman. You're that forward observer. You're that maneuver commander's right hand man to provide fires to his units that are on the ground, and so yeah, that was probably the worst decision in artillery history was to make that move, but
yeah.
That's not a reason to hate on them. That it's not their fault. And there was some guys like Fist, finance infantry soldier today.
Oh, see, they even fucking made the acronym.
They're not infantry, bro. They're not infantry. So there is those guys, and most of them think they're SF, and they grow their hair out.
God, yeah.
And you know what I mean.
I guess they got those in all MOSs though.
They're full on commando at the hill, with the fucking cheese running down their fucking uniform.
Right.
Jalapeno cheese from the MRE, but they're full on commando at the hill. But hey, I like them. I like Vision Foxes. They're a bunch of good guys.
All right, so it's my Foxes out there. All right, hey Foxes, you guys are back on the gun line. All right, you had people who I love and respect come bat for y'all, and you're back at the battery again. So welcome back to the gun line, baby. We love y'all out here. That's all shit on the motherfucking Calf Scouts who are useless. I think Space Force has more necessity than a fucking Calf Scout.
Yeah. For the 13 Fox, for me, to you, learn your damn job and bring back that sales that guy talk about. Sell the artillery to bring back that king of battle, because we are that king of battle, and you need us. So you got to gain that skill back of being a good observer, and that's how we win it. That's how we win back our trust.
Think of it until Rose, I believe, was the one that said that, like, that they are the salesman for the artillery. And I didn't think about that, because as much as we love artillery, and it's almost looked like we're obsolete to the Army itself. So because they got cast, they got other fucking other forms of fires.
And that's exactly it. That's that 13th Fox job, to start with the mortars, bring in the artillery, bring in the aviation. So it's a combined, until that enemy is dead by overwhelming fires that they don't know what to do. You end the mission. But don't bring your mortars in, bring artillery, let them know where the gun target line is. Stay above my max order, or stay left or right of my gun target line. and bring in the aviation at the same time. That's what a 13 Fox does. That's what he's got to combine those fires. Yeah.
So much love, much respect to the 13 Foxes. I might even make a shirt for y'all because I'm working on an FDC shirt. That's gonna be my next one. So I gotta for the FDC, show some love because without the FDC, there's none. So okay, so now that we got this all taken care of, who's the real reason that the gun line can't shoot? Then is it the Hill or is it the FDC? Who are we waiting on the gun line? Because we're always sitting there.
It's a lot. That's hard to say. It depends on the unit. There's ash and trash everywhere.
That's true.
But normally if the FTC is good, you got a good gun line.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I've never had anybody prove me wrong. You could have the greatest gun line in the world and a shitty FTC, you have a shitty firing battery. You can have the greatest FTC and a okay firing battery, and you have a great firing battery because the FTC makes it. But at the same time, those boxes got to do that sell piece. They gotta sell. They gotta talk to their commanders. Like, look at my guns over here, how accurate they are.
Yeah.
But they can't be accurate unless that FTC is on point. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So it's a system of systems. We need them. They need us. You can't. I like to shit on everybody.
Yeah.
Because that's what we do. But we need each other. There's the eyes, the brains, and the body, the muscle is all. It's all needed.
It's all needed.
There's not one without the other. There's not one without the other. Yeah.
Now, can a Fister call in a fire mission without the FTC? Is there a way for them to even do that? Make calculations?
There's a possible way, but that's not their job. That's not their job. They usually don't care about ammo. They don't care. A lot of times I receive a call for fire and I get a target description, and they'll ask for, say, this munition, but I know better what to kill it with. So I'll change it in my Mike Tango Oscar, my message to observer.
Okay.
What I want to shoot with it, or just because I don't have it, or I don't have that supply to do so what he asked for. So I change it in the message to observer. But that's just communication.
Yeah. Dude, man, we're getting all technical into this shit. I'm fucking loving. I'm getting my dick right now thinking about this shit, bro.
If there was a mercenary, so like French Foreign Legion artillery, I would go join it.
Oh God, dude.
I still want to shoot.
Just want to jail out fire mission.
but I don't want to. I'm sorry if this offends anybody. I don't want to deal with transgenders. I don't want to fight. About yes female, no female.
Right.
I don't want to deal with stupid ass shit.
Our job,
leaders.
We have already.
I just want to go shoot.
Yeah,
pick up ammo and shoot it, and that's it.
Exactly, dude. Dude, it's fucking just. I don't give a shit. I knew a dude in one of my old units who straight out would dress like a woman, on the weekends and go out and party. That was his lifestyle. Cool beans, bro. Everybody knew he was gay. Cool beans, brother. 13 Bravo, gunslinging motherfucker. Nobody gave a fuck because what he did on his time is his shit. As long as
don't cause no trouble. Yeah.
If we're on the line, we ain't got no time to be talking about that shit, Yeah. And I ain't got no time to worry about it. I want to fucking look. I want to shoot some rounds down range. I want to hear steel on target. That's what I want to fucking hear. I don't want to hear rear the piece, face the piece, fall in. Don't want to hear that.
No.
Did you ever have to call anybody out for shit like that? Like anybody ever fuck up?
Yeah. I mean, there's some things that had happened, but
never in a combat situation though, only like in training environment.
Oh yeah. We had a lot of 549s wraps not function. So we would have to and the unit before us would take the cap off and throw it in so there was caps everywhere. And so we had to go hands across the fob, picking up caps, clean it. And then when, we'd cap off, we'd have to have that chief initial it with a paint marker and bring it to prove it that they did right,
Right.
for the wrap, because we had a lot of malfunctioning um, wrap grounds, land short. And there's another thing: the FTC has got to be capable of sharing that with the FEC or whoever is controlling the fires, because you shoot a wrap. If that wrap doesn't function, it's gonna land, say maybe 7K back, up to 7K back. So you
Shit.
gotta block off. You gotta block off that area. So if that area is a school, a mosque, or and hurt somebody, that's really on the FTC. And um, these
Holy
are some things that people don't practice. Uh, yeah. So
dudes. I
uh,
mean, that FDO, well, the your fire direction officer and yourself have a lot of shit going on in there. A lot of
yeah,
moving pieces
yeah.
that we don't see on the line.
In 2009, I probably did maybe 8 investigations, and all of them were non failure to function rap.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but no like stupid ass shit. Like, um, I mean that it is stupid if it does injure somebody.
Yeah.
That round's failure to function, you don't clear it back. Um, it is stupid, but there was no like shot the wrong deflection, shot
Right,
the wrong
right.
charge.
None of that
If you
went
shoot the wrong charge on max charges, you're fucking man. You should shoot yourself.
on.
But
Dude,
uh,
I know of
I
several.
mean, I've seen it back, legacies like a bag fall out. I've seen that shit happen at nighttime, and
Mhm.
it's really hard. I would hate to blame the chief. He looked at it, he verified it, but on the way to the breach, it fell out. Because it may have been retied or whatever, and like a piece of it fell out. I've seen that shit happen. That's dangerous, but
There's nothing
uh,
worse than when you're fucking cutting charges and
yeah,
you're trying to fucking spin it to close it back up and they all fall down. Like, fuck. Oh, God.
yeah,
I know
yeah, yeah.
a few
So,
times, but oh no,
but
Mac
when
charges. The
yeah, but Max, you shouldn't be fucking that up. Yeah.
bro, one of my guys that I knew, I'm not gonna put your name out there, you know who you are if you're listening. He's actually been a guest on the gun line while we were at JRTC. Fired a 1 Mac instead of a 2 Mac. Landed short anyways. But yeah, that was a fuck up. Maybe if you know who you are, which you know who you are, if you want to come over here and discuss how that happened, you're more than welcome. Anybody that was in a unit that went to JRTC would knows the exact incident. But I guess the ATC called the wrong fucking charge or some shit and verified it, sent it out. No bueno. No bueno.
Yeah.
And one thing I'm happy about is that I was never called out. I never had any firing
Yeah.
incidents. I always told my Joes, like, every time that round goes down range, my rank is going with it. So, you know,
Oh, hey, one podcast you had my heart racing. And you talked about the FTC done said, "Hey, gun, whatever you were, you're out," and
yeah,
then you still shot that. Well, we'd be fighting if that was me. We'd
yeah,
be throwing hands for
bro,
sure,
dude, that shit was,
because you don't know what's going on.
I
Like
did,
there could be there could be friendlies on the objective. There could be a lot of shit. I would lose my shit.
dude. Oh, yeah, yeah. That was the one, with the colonel at the FTC track and Tedder,
Yeah,
Sergeant Tedder,
yeah,
man. Gun 7, you're out. Man, I had just sat that fuck around and closed the breach. And he said, Gun 7,
yeah.
you're out. Fire.
Mhm.
Boom. Oh my God. Dude, I have never had my ass reamed so hard by an FTC chief in my
Yeah.
life. Like I'm talking about, I went
Good for him.
to
Good for him, because you gotta keep it tight.
oh yeah. Tedder, I'm
You
not gonna
gotta
lie to
keep it
you.
tight.
Tedder, if he wasn't a Delta, would have been a great gunnery son or smoke. Like that was the man,
Yeah,
kind of like you know what I'm saying? Like you guys are 13 Deltas and Bravos intertwined because that motherfucker knew that gun, like he knew that Paladin inside and out, bro. And any kind
yeah,
of issue that we were having, like comms wise or anything, He would jump in that shit. 2 seconds to be on the PDFCS. All right, you're up. Send PTS or PTM, whatever the fuck it was. Plain text message. And dude, it was fucking outstanding. He was an outstanding chief. He was an outstanding fucking chief. Fucking better. Goddamn. But yeah, dude, I'm also I'm gonna shoot that shit because I'm not. I mean, it was a training environment.
I get it. I know. Shoot that shit. When FTC fucks up and doesn't do something right, and you just let it go.
Yeah,
that's all on them. But man,
yeah, dude, I get it. Especially you coming from the FTC world.
Yeah.
We probably would have been in the wood line, and then have a beer afterwards and be like,
yeah,
I won't do it again, bro. I got you.
I've seen people shoot nose plugs, and I've seen all kinds of shit.
Did you ever hear that shit about putting a dime or a penny on the ramp?
Yeah,
you hear it whistle.
It makes a crazy ass noise. Yeah, I've seen it, and I've heard the noise.
I always wanted to do that shit, man. I always wanted to do that, but I never did. Never did it. But goddamn, dude, it's been about an hour now, and I got to get my happy ass to eat some dinner. I am really, really happy that you came here on the gun line, and dude. Yeah, Sergeant Tedder, my bad, bro. My bad. And
that's his bad.
And Fisters, welcome back to the gun line, y'all. I love y'all. Yeah. You know, you had great salesmen here who were able to convince me. And now I need somebody from the female side to come and try to convince me that it's okay to have females on the gun line.
I would like to hear that. I would like to hear a good 13 Bravo female come talk on the gun line.
There's actually a female that I was supposed to have on here. She's out in Houston now. She has this Happy Beam project. She was the first female howitzer section chief in the United States Marine Corps. And so we got together online and talked about it. But she had a baby just recently, and she's doing her project. So hopefully we'll link up because I definitely would like to talk to her. I wouldn't be a shit to her either. You know, I'm going to speak my mind, and she's going to, you know, speak her mind as well, especially being an artillery woman.
I'm sure she's used to it.
Oh yeah, and I'd love to hear her perspective.
There's no harsh feelings, man. I had a female battle buddy that was a jump master, and she was a drill sergeant. She would kick ass. She beat up a lot of dudes, man. And she got my utmost respect. But I think there's that thing with the cleanliness. The cleanliness thing is the only thing that bothers me, really, to the point where I'm like, that draws my line to the no.
And see, for me, it's the hygiene, but also special accommodations that we have to make.
Because 45 days, there was no possibility for us to get a shower. Now we have to make it for them because can they make it 45 days without a water bottle shower? I'm talking about, hey, that water bottle like this big. It was probably the best shower I ever had. I wasn't clean, but I felt like it was.
Dude, I remember
you like a champ. Yeah. So
hopefully, you know, if there's any female 13 bangers out there, you know, mainly bangers, I wouldn't mind hearing some deltas, or even if they have any fisters out there. You know, hey, if y'all like to come on the gun line, hit me up on thegunline@gmail.com. Love to have you on here. We'll sit back, shoot the shit, talk some shit back and forth. I can dish it. So I can fucking take it. You know what I'm saying?
That's no
hurt feelings here. So I'd love to hear from y'all. Also, to the listeners, if you guys want to go ahead and shoot any mails, any questions, hit me up. Also, make sure you check out the Texas. If you're in Texas, you're a veteran, combat veteran, and you need assistance, reach out to the Texas Veteran Network. You'll find the link on the Gun Line Facebook. All right. It'll be on
Let me send this message to you.
All right, too easy. Yeah, shoot it out to me, and that'll be in the description as well for the YouTube. With that being said, y'all, it's been a pleasure out here. Make sure you check out the weekend podcast coming up, the Shoot the Shit. See how that one goes. I still got to go through my schedule to find out who the fuck is on there. And Frank, it's been a pleasure as always, brother.
Yeah, I can't wait to come back. I got more to talk about. There's a couple other things that. The Foxes, I know that was number one on my mind, and a couple other ones that I missed over these last couple months that I've been off
Too easy, brother.
away.
Hey, I'll get you in on another motherfucking. If you got the time, I'll hit you up. Like I did today. I appreciate you coming on such short notice too. And it was great to get you on here. I definitely would love. I love talking shit back and forth. That's what the gunline environment is all
Yeah,
about, baby. So,
yeah.
any shout outs before we dip out, brother?
Shout out to you, man. Hey, go get some merchandise. I just picked up 4 shirts. I got the Willie Peter right now.
Yeah.
William
Hey,
Peter on right now, but I picked up 4. I really wanted to fuck around and find out one. Uh, but then I saw some other ones that I liked, and so yeah, there's some nice merch, and you can't beat the prices, man.
I
You
appreciate.
got the best prices I've seen. Some of these jokers are ridiculous, but
Yeah,
there's
dude.
a lot of people doing the same thing, and but you got the best prices,
I
and
appreciate that, man. And you're
and yeah, you got to support the artillery community, most definitely. So shout out to you. Hopefully the next thing you hear is I got Patrick a job with me here, so he can come and I can just laugh at it the way he fishes, because he make everybody look like the best fisherman.
Oh, dude, we got to get him next time together. We got to get him on here. We got to talk some fishing stories then, man. Too fucking easy. Hey, y'all, thank y'all very much for being
Yeah.
here. If y'all dig that shirt that Frank's wearing, that Willie Pete, that'll be on the link on the YouTube. Like you said, man, you could pay more money somewhere else, but why? The way I figure it, it's gonna cost you that plus shipping. I'd rather keep it low, because it's all about promoting us. And I'm little by little, hopefully trying to get enough money to buy a new laptop because my screen's broken. So I need to get
I,
better shit.
I saw the screen. I saw the screen. I was like,
That shit is all fucked up,
let
dude.
me let me buy an extra t-shirt.
There you go. All
Yeah.
right, fellas. Y'all have yourself a good one out there. Love, peace, and hair grease. End of mission. Rounds complete. Fuck, I fucked it up.
Rounds complete and a mission. Gunline out.
Bye, motherfuckers.